Let's finish it up with SMU. And I want to bring up SMU just because obviously they're going to be playing in the ACC. We know that at least by reports coming out, they've really beefed up the collective. You know, the grandkids of the good old boys are kind of running things. At least that's what, is being said in circles there. They've got the gang back together. They're recruiting well. They've got what looks to be a pretty good staff. How successful can they be, and can SMU play, potentially in this era? Could you see them maybe moving up the chain in the ACC?
I think that they can compete with the Dukes and the Wakes and folks like that right away. I think with the NIL and the collectives and the emphasis on football, I think they can move up. And, why can't they be, what Louisville's done? And if they do a good job coaching and developing and administratively, I absolutely think they could be a player. Now, do I think they have the Clemson, Florida State potential? No, not even in the future. But as the future kind of morphs, don't you almost kind of feels like the ACC, if it survives long term, it's going to be more Big 12-like. They're going to have to follow that model. They're going to have to add teams like the Big 12 has, and they may lose their big boys. I think SMU can be a player because I think if you start taking away the top-tier programs, they're kind of in the mix near the top. You could put SMU right now in the Big 12. What has TCU done that SMU can't do, potentially, financially, facility-wise? There's some things that TCU's ahead of because they've kind of been a little bit more on brand recently. But SMU can be competitive, and you just hit on it. They've got the money to stroke the checks to allow it to happen. And if they don't have the right guy, and I think Rhett's been good, I think it's just we'll see where things go. They'll find the right guy to lead the program if he can't lead them in the way they ultimately expect to be. But I think they can be competitive, at least in the middle tier, and maybe even in the upper tier beyond, just behind the top 3 or 4 programs.
Make sure to find him on X at Landry Football, also LandryFootball.com. Chris, always appreciate your time. Have a great week, and we'll do it again next week.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate you having me as always.